This is the Clearwater Lights product. It's called the Glenda. It's a 12-watt digital dimmable LED. It's manufactured in Sacramento, California. It's designed primarily for motorcycles to make them more visible during the day. And the purpose of that is to separate you from what could potentially be viewed as a reflection in a mirror or maybe a sun reflection off a bumper. The idea is to make the motorcycle appear as something other than what a common person might see every day. We want to make you stand out and want to make you look like something that they've never seen before, so you can possibly have an extra margin of safety and maybe make that little old lady who might make that left-hand turn in front of you, we want to make her think twice. Here we have a BMW with a pair of our crystal lights, which are installed on a light bar, and a pair of our Glenda lights that are mounted on the forks. And the ability to be able to turn the lights up and down independently or together to suit your needs is really quite important on this motorcycle. The idea is to be able to have a variable, adjustable, low beam light, and then when you have a clear moment in traffic, you're able to use your factory high beam connector and switch the lights to high beam. The idea is a variable low beam, get the lights as much light as you can get away with on the road without causing any undue offense to oncoming traffic. And then when traffic is clear, you're able to go switch to high beam and control your lights. So it's a variable dimmer. You can bring it all the way from 15% of full power all the way up to 85% of full power. And we do this with a digital controlled computer. And the computer systems are all monitored and manufactured and programmed in our facility in Sacramento. And here's a demonstration of the Glenda lights on a fork-mounted system, on a light system. This is what we call a conspicuity light. The idea is to afford the rider more presentation of purpose, if you will, on the road and have the ability to design the level of light that's needed for the situation. In this case, we can dim the lights and bring them all the way up to potentially 85%. And if these lights are too bright for use in rural, or maybe let's say in a two-lane oncoming road, you can dim them down, but never turn them off. The idea is to never give up your triangle of light to make you look like something other than a reflection on the horizon. And again, when the road opens up, you can hit your high beams. You can also flash them to gain attention of a rider or a driver, and that little old lady who's about to make that left-hand turn, you say, no, 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 don't do that. And if you really want to get her attention, it also functions with your horn. So the horn, again, with an aural and a visual connection, was helpful to gain you a little safety path in the road. Here we have, it's a handlebar mounted version of our digital controller. It's not a rheostat as we might view in the past that gets warm and wastes power. This is a computer microprocessor that sends a digital signal to our lights and tells them how much to turn on or how much to turn off. We're technically switching the lights on 250 times a second, and we're changing the time in which they're off. It's very similar to the way film, which operates at 24 frames per second, fools our eyes into thinking that there's fluid motion in a movie studio. We're actually turning these lights on and off completely 250 times in a second, and our eyes are being fooled into thinking that they're being dimmed. So by doing that, we're also able to save vast amounts of power. So the dimmer sets the level of the low beam, and we hit a high beam switch on a BMW or various motorcycles that have a flash to pass motorcycle switch. This activates the digital signal and sends it to 100% power. So the dimmer operates from 15% to 85%, and anywhere in the middle you leave it, the high beam is activated with the high beam switch. Okay, this light here is our 36-watt maximum power crystal light. And at this portion right now, it seems very, very bright, but it's really only using about 3 watts of power right now. And I can bring it up to a portion that uses 25 watts. This is 25 watts of power being used. This is less power than a typical brake light, and it's now producing more lights in lumens, if you will, more light power than 150 watts of halogen light. We're gaining power advantages of 3 to 4.5 times that over halogen. Not only is it less power consumption, it's instant turn on and virtually 10 times the life. Light bulbs don't burn out in LEDs. These use a sophisticated thermal microprocessing system that controls the heat and sends back a signal to our computer that says, hey, the bike has been sitting statically in Phoenix on a hot summer day and the lights are getting a little warm. It automatically turns the lights back automatically, almost invisibly, so protect the lights. And we've gone through great pains to make sure that they're very well engineered and designed for a long haul. The purpose of the lighting and the future of lights in my mind is LEDs. And the purpose of this light is to gain as much additional light on a bike without having to alter and modify the electrical systems. Modern motorcycles today are pretty sophisticated. This bike has a CAN bus electrical system, which is a computer monitored fuse box. Rather than disturbing this system, our lights connect directly to the battery. They don't interfere with the CAN bus system whatsoever. The bike is totally happy with this system. And small bikes, such as single-cylinder 250cc bikes, single-cylinder off-road adventure bikes, they may have as little as a 200-watt alternator. There's no need to rewind those alternators. This bike on high power, these two lights right now pull less power than the factory light does on low beam. Some people may ask, how hard is it to install these lights? Well, we've gone through trouble to make sure that all the engineering has been done to make sure each kit we make is specifically made for that bike. In this case, this is a CNC machined, billet machine bracket made particularly for GS 1200 motorcycles. The split and the concentration of the arc and the tolerance on this is designed so this is a very, very solid clamp. Our universal bracket ties this light in. It's adjustable, it's very strong and sturdy. And if someone were to hit this bracket or let's say fall and maybe hit a curb, this bracket is designed to break away or bend so it doesn't damage your forks. This is an installation where Krista, our 36-watt light, is mounted on a light bar. It's a CNC machine light bar, and it's put on a GS 1200 BMW. It's mounted with a very solid mounting system. It comes with laser-cut, stainless steel, laser-cut, powder-coated brackets. All of our brackets are either stainless steel or anodized aluminum for corrosion resistance. And various other motorcycles come with different brackets. This is a bracket, for instance, for Ducati. We make these in about 71 different varieties to fit different motorcycles. This is a stainless steel laser cut bracket made for a BMW. This is an RT motorcycle. And it's a non-symmetrical bracket for either sides of the bike. And the bike actually has a twist to it to fit the OEM location. It uses the factory bolts. No modifications are needed. And our brackets are done with a system that uses a laser scanning system to pick up all the mounting points on the motorcycle, so we can design all the brackets in virtual reality, if you will, and then turn them through laser cutting and CNC processes into a bracket that bolts onto your bike in a factory OEM appearance. We offer two lights currently for motorcycles. We offer the 12-watt Glendas. These are variable from 15% of full power with the dimmer to 85% of full power. They come in a pair. The Glendas come with whatever bracket is needed for each bike, whether it's a laser cut or a stainless steel or a billet machine product. It comes with a full kit, comes with a wiring harness, comes with an extensive owner's manual, installation manual. In the case of a BMW, it comes with a CAN bus compliant relay system that's really well engineered. Retail price on these is $499 for a BMW. If it's a non-BMW bike, it's $475. It's available through direct through our website. We have 61 dealers throughout the United States, and most BMW dealers can order it direct for you. A lot of Ducati dealers tend to carry it as well. The second light in our range is the Krista light, and these are dual 36-watt LED modules. They're all manufactured in Sacramento, California, all engineered, all the software, all the wiring, everything is done in Sacramento facility. These two lights are both available with a universal bracket as well as a bracket that plugs directly into a BMW GSA Adventure model. It's a plug-and-play kit for that model. Extremely popular for those adventure riders that like to go off-road and want all the light they can and not have to worry about battery consumption. Both lights come with a digital proportional dimmer, the wiring harness and such. Krista's retail for $649 a set. And they're available again through our extensive network of dealers across the country.